Guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Mckayla and I make videos. I'm a teacher, so a lot of them are teacher vlogs, but I also just kind of do lifestyle vlogs. And I just wanted to kind of like reflect on 2019 and just kind of everybody's doing their like 2020 goals, but yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know, I have recently been like loving the fact that I can go back on my videos and like just rewatch them, like even stuff from like the summer and stuff from like my vacation that I took in March, and it's just so nice to be able to like just go back and look at like what you were doing then, what you were thinking. So I am gonna do that today, and I thought that I would share it with you guys. So I have my journal here that I wrote down some stuff in, and yeah, so let's get into it. So in 2019, I feel like I learned a lot of like things about myself. I started 2019 off like the same exact way as I started 2018 off. I was in a very toxic relationship that I was just like not getting through my head that was not what I needed to be doing and not who I needed to be with. And finally, after that was over, I just kind of went into a mode where like I only wanted to care about myself. Obviously I care about other people, but I really just wanted to take time for myself. And so in that, I did a lot of things in 2019 that were about me, and probably more than I have ever done in my life. And I just really wanted to, working on my mental health was a really big thing for me this year. I really wanted to get myself on track and just wanted to really get myself like, okay, that's just like truly what I wanted to do for 2019. I feel like in 2019, I kind of found my strength in being like single and just being alone and by myself. And like so many times in 2019 and like right now, I don't want to be with anyone. I don't want a relationship. I just like want to be by myself, and that was not my mindset for all of 2018. So I don't know, I'm kind of like proud of myself for that. I took a long time to get to this point, but yeah, it got plugged in like because I was like so heartbroken. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some things. Like I need new friends, I need to find my place. And it's really hard. It's been really hard. It's still really hard after post-grad, like figuring out like what your space and like where you are, because I especially have so many friends that are like younger than me, so like they're still in college and they're still doing the college thing, and then when you're post-grad, everybody just goes so many different ways, and it has been so hard for me to just find my place. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna start going to the 20-somethings every other Tuesday at my church. And if you watch my videos, you know that I still go to those like every other Tuesday, and I really found like-minded people, and I like reconnected. Like my friend Tatum, like I've been friends with her for like years and years and years, but I feel like we're closer than we have ever been. And so I found some good friends who just lift me up when I need it and offer encouragement. So I'm very, very, very thankful. So went on this trip called Beach Week with my church, and okay, pause, rewind. I've been going to the church that I have been, or that I'm at for like years, but what I would do is I would go in and I would sit in the back. I'd go to the first service because that's a service that like not that many young people go to, and I would sit in the back, and then I would leave. And like that was the extension of like my involvement in church. So I wasn't involved at all. So I was like, okay, in 2019, I really want to get plugged in. So I had seen like in church, like on the screen or whatever, it was like Beach Week, like let us know if you want to sign up. And I did not know anyone. I knew that my friend Caitlin was involved with student ministry, but I like didn't know any students. I didn't know anything. And I was like, well, I guess I'll go to Florida. And it was by far one of the best things that I could have done this summer, and like to start off my summer. Like I had, not only did I have like the time of my life, but I just made so many connections. And then that brought me in to my small group girls that I am a small group leader for every Wednesday. So that was definitely like such a blessing, because it just opened so many different doors, and so many people I got like close with and connected with that I literally like didn't know beforehand. 2019, back on the track of like taking care of myself, I started to go to therapy and started to go pretty frequently, and I started seeing one therapist. We weren't really a good fit, so I started going to another one, and I just really took the time to like try to find like what was gonna help me, what was gonna work for me. And so I think that I like went to like between like psychiatrist appointments, therapist appointments, just general doctors, all this other stuff, just to try to get myself on track. I think I went to the doctor more in 2019 than I have like collectively in my whole entire like life, because I just don't go to the doctor. I'm never sick, and so I felt like I was always going, but in the end, like, it was so good for me, and I can genuinely say that where I am like right now is so much better than where I was at a year ago at this time, just like mentally in my headspace. And obviously, like, I will not act like I do not have the longest way to go. Like, I still have such a long way to go, but just considering like where I was like at the end of 2017, at the end of 2018, like, I am just so relieved that I am here like this, okay? So like, you may not be able to see it, but inside of me, like, I am just a different person, and I am incredibly grateful for that. I feel like I grew a lot in my spiritual relationship with the Lord, which was something that I needed to do badly, like I always need to do. But I feel like I spent more time in my Bible, more time around, you know, people who were encouraging me to be in my Bible, and just like devotions and just all this other stuff than I have been in a while. It was definitely needed in my life, and it was one of those things that like I was expecting all of this growth, but it wasn't going to happen if I wasn't going to the main source of my happiness. So I mean, like I said, I have a lot to go. I can always be better, and I can always be more, you know, I could always know more knowledge about, you know, the Lord and the Bible and all other stuff. But I do feel like in 2019 I really did kind of grow in my walk with Christ a whole lot. I also was alone more in 2019 than I have been in years, and I don't know, like, I was when I wrote this, I was like, because there's always these quotes about like alone doesn't mean lonely, and I definitely agree with that, but also alone does sometimes mean lonely. So if you watch my channel, or if you know me in real life, then you know that my roommate Meredith, she goes out of town often, and so now that it is just me and her, and she's the only one I live with, I have been alone. We also, I don't know, I just feel like I, like, socially, besides my friends that I see when I'm at church and stuff, I have been really alone this year, and I don't know exactly how I feel about it yet, because there have been times where like I have been so freaking lonely, and I don't know, it sucks, like, it really does. But there also have been times where like I am so content being at home alone with my dog. So yeah, definitely alone doesn't mean lonely, but a lot of times it does. But went through some like struggles with my career. Like I said, I am a teacher, and teaching is not for you know, the faint of heart. There is a lot that goes into teaching that I don't think people understand. Like, even if you, like, I don't know, like, are best friends with a teacher or live with like, until you're a teacher, there's just so much, and I don't feel like people understand. And they think that, like, I know that some people think that I'm just being dramatic sometimes, which, don't get me wrong, still dramatic. But when it comes to teaching, it is just such a, I don't know, like a draining career, and I have had the worst time trying to balance my life and my personal life and then my career life. And you guys know that a wrench got thrown in my plans when I moved schools, and if you don't, I have plenty of videos. There's a video of me like crying, yeah, so I just really my goals for 2020 also include like trying to balance my work and my school just like a tiny bit better. Now, as for some 2020 goals, I don't want to be too naive and like think that I am going to, like, you know, do all these magical things. But I do have like goals for myself, and I don't know, people, I feel like there's so many memes on the internet about like, especially on Facebook, but Facebook can be just like garbage sometimes. But there's so many like memes about like, I don't know, making fun of people for having resolutions and making fun of people, you know, the people who like get a gym membership. But if someone is doing like something to better themselves even for one day, I don't understand why like people care so much or are like haters. Like, if anything, like encourage people. But anyways, I'm gonna get off that soapbox. I'm just saying, if you're one of those people that like is only negative about people's 2020 resolutions, stop. 2019, I took a leap of faith and started my YouTube channel, and this is something that I've wanted to do for probably since I was 14, and I'm 23 now, so I waited extremely too long. But I finally started my YouTube channel, and right now I am almost double my goal. I wanted to be at 1,000 by the end of 2019, and it's almost the end, and I'm almost at 2,000. So that is just like really cool to me. And for one of my resolutions, I really just want to continue to grow my channel. I want to continue to connect with people and just make cool content. I really like have some ideas. Feel like I want to edit different. I don't know, I just want to continue to do it because it genuinely makes me happy. And I don't know, I don't measure success by like the numbers of views one of my videos gets, and I don't measure it on my subscribers, but like I have talked to so many people who watch my videos, and some of you have like sent me emails and like all this stuff. Like, I don't know, I measure success with that. Like, I'm connecting with people, and like that should be the whole reason like why you make a YouTube channel, not because you want money or success or anything. So for me, I have made a successful YouTube channel, and even if I only do it, you know, if tomorrow was my last day on YouTube, I have had just the most fun doing it. So in 2020, I want to just continue to grow my channel. This is a health one. I need to cut out sugar. I am so addicted to Coke. It's bad, and I know no one has to shame me or tell me about it. I am aware Coke is terrible, and I am addicted to it. I also just put a lot of sugar in my body, so that is my goal. I am going to try to like actively cut out some of the sugar, but baby steps. Eat more books, including my Bible, but also just like reading more. I feel like I read more books this past year than like I have since I was in like middle school. I am not a reader, but I like to find books that, I don't know, interest me. So I do want to find some more books that interest me, and just continue to read, because I just don't spend more time in my Bible. Already said that. I do want to be more active. Oh, this was my big one, and I didn't even write down, I forgot. I want to travel more, but I want to go out of the country. So like this past year, I feel like I traveled a decent amount of time, like a decent amount for someone who has a full-time job. So I am very blessed and thankful, but I do want to like travel and get out of the country. I don't know, I just think that'd be really fun, and I want to take a solo trip by myself. Like, I itch to take one of those, like, but I'm like such a scaredy cat. But that's also one of my 2020 goals. That is gonna be it for my video, and I just want to say thank you for everyone who has like been around for my 2019 journey. I'm not perfect, and I am nowhere near it, but I do think that I took a lot of necessary steps in 2019 to make my 2020 like even better. So I'm just super excited for what the future holds, and I hope that I find more happiness in 2020 than I ever have before. But yeah, so I hope the same for you guys, and I hope, you know, if you're watching this video, that even if 2019, like, there have been some years where I, like, at the end of it, I was like, good riddance, like, this was the worst year of my life. 2017 was one of those. And but I don't know, I feel fine about 2019, and I feel really hopeful for 2020. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now, but I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking and all that good stuff. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.